because our economy was down.
Your way of recovery.
What? It's our way of recovery. Because you have a living standard. It's the same as we have a lot of pollution by cars. You're not able to say to the Chinese, don't buy a car. You drive a car, so they want a car too. So it's the same system. They want what we want and what we have already. It's the same as Romanians want to have the cars like we have. That's normal. They're human beings. They see it on television. Go for it too.
We have parking place, so we calculated.
We calculated.
You mentioned about the Romanian market not being good enough or big enough. Why do you come to this conclusion? Only because of the figures? Because for this year there was estimation of the Romanian about the IT business to be about 10% from the Romanian PIB.
But the service market, like there's difference between, you have an internal market and an external market. So if you do work for ISDI or another companies, they work for, not for Romanian companies, they work for Dutch or French or German companies. That you are exporting IT or both. That has to be in balance. So this internal service market is very small at this stage. So it has to grow and grow.
Why did this? Because this is what I mentioned to you. For this year, the Romanian IT market estimation from the Ministry of IT and Information Technology, it's about 10% from PIB.
Yeah.
GDP.
10% from GDP.
Yeah. That's for 2008.
So then maybe they said the other European institutions we get our data from have different figures. So and they compare with Poland. So I don't know. I don't want to argue with them. I don't want to be put in jail for having the wrong figures. So no. But eventually, if you're you go to the site, if some IT companies within Romania would have a staff of 1,000 and you have 10 of them, well, you have considerable market space. It's the same as the problem with Turkey. The Turkish market has booming, but there's not there's the only larger organization has 600 people. That's not large. It's not publicly, and it's publicly listed. So you need an example. You need role models. We need larger organizations to have a more sustainable model. I think it will be extremely successful in the years to come. But the question is, where do you want to be in 10 years from now? And this is why you need focus, focus on what's happening in all those regions. It's extremely important to make sure you have a head start. Because other companies or other countries still thinking they're going to beat Indian players. Don't compete. It's a league of their own. And especially focus on Europe, because you're part of the European Union. So what's happening exactly in a region near Antwerp and Rotterdam? What's happening with the electronics industry in Western Europe? What's happening with the special chemical industry? What's happening with waste management, carbon dioxide management? There's so many things going on in the European Union where it's IT related. It's not specific IT, it's IT related. IT is so important for those industries.
So IT is at this moment is very important for the economy. To grow, you have to depend on other businesses because, what are you going to automate when there's nothing to automate? So growing the internal local market is the most important way to make sure that the IT industry in Romania can grow. Because, for example, if you look at the Dutch GDP, I think that the ICT services market is many below the 10% that you mentioned for Romania. So the Dutch economy is less dependent on IT and more dependent on actual service companies and production companies. And you do need to develop those production companies so you as an IT company can sell automating services to them. So you're very dependent on growth of other industries to succeed in your own industry.
And a lot of it is hidden. For example, if a pharmaceutical company does a lot with IT and business intelligence to make sure the time to market is shortened for new drugs, or this building company, or this e-business application for construction companies, inside the companies, like Intel inside, you don't know it, but it's there. So other industries, they have to use IT more than. Otherwise, the service industry just creates projects and it's very visible. In the Dutch market, it's almost impossible to determine is it IT or is it business. Well, if IT is a business, like you e-commerce or you're an airliner, if the IT system fails, you're bankrupt. So there's no difference anymore between IT and business. Dinner.
I have a question about your cow user.
Yes.
You said that you had...
You like cows?
Not particularly.
Okay.
And that's produced out of 2 million cows, the same as Turkey does out of 22 million.
Yes.
Is it the same quality, the product?
Because the product is even higher quality. Because it not only just the milks, it only checks the cow. For example, on every, is the cow healthy? You can get 15 parameters are checked on the quality of the milk. So are there medicine in the milk? Is the milk fluid enough? Is it wide enough? All the stuff like that. And if it's not good enough, it doesn't go into the central tank. So normally if you have a quick bowl of clean water and you add just a little bit of dirt in it, is the water clean or dirty? It's dirty. Same if you add a little bit of milk that isn't right into a big tank of milk, you can get rid of the milk. So they did all kinds of things that not only did the cows milk by IT, but also it's monitored. We have dashboards. A farmer, it has more screens than a stockbroker. With all the information about cow health and cow happiness. Yeah, I've seen that. It's beautiful.
You squeeze the cow.
No, it's not a squeeze. If the cow, look, if the cow.
No, he married one.
It's a very good remark. If a cow isn't happy, it doesn't produce any milk, or it will stop producing milk after 2 or 3 years. A cow can only produce milk after it first gives birth to.
For the first cow.
And then for a while it has another, needs another birth because production goes down. But a healthy cow, a happy cow, can start producing milk for about 8 or 9 years. If the cow isn't happy, it stops producing milk about 3 years. They only can produce from 1.5, 2 years to 5 years, and then it goes to McDonald's. That's a difference. So a happy cow happiness is extremely important. A happy cow doesn't produce any milk, or dies faster, or doesn't produce or bad quality. So cow happiness is extremely important. You're not able to misuse the cow in any way. It's not like pigs, because it's not about the meat industry. That's a whole different industry.
There is a joke related to this. The farmer asked the cow, "What do you